Now, if it's another black person that's coming for us with a gun, we don't hesitate to bring it right back to them with equal or even greater force. And that's seen as manhood and manly to us, gangster even. But when either white police officers or police officers of color, who of course are representing the white power structure, come after us with guns, what do? Do we bust back? Do we go to the death with them? Do we do with them like we would do with any other black person out here that stepped to us threatening our lives for whatever reason? Nope. We'll either run, or we'll just turn around, get on our knees, put our hands behind our backs, and get face down, ass up on the pavement. And the apparent philosophy is that we can do all that and still be considered men. But if we cry, then we ain't men. Moreover, we got folks out here that basically associate prison time as some sort of rite of passage into manhood. I don't even want to get into all of the other things that actually take place in prison and the philosophies that we create around them to say that this is a man and this ain't a man. It's all twisted. But I hear little examples all the time. Folks promoting that becoming a man is about busting another black man upside his head, or killing another black man, or having sex, often at an extremely young age. I'm pretty sure that we were doing the same thing on the plantation. Running away was against the law. Better not cry when they put that whip to you, else you ain't no man. You ran away and they caught you, you made that bed. You knew what you were getting into. Being a man for us often has to do with how well we can keep up a certain appearance under the pressure of the people who got us all hemmed up. I could see the psychology of it, because once you made the decision that you're not actually going to try to change that reality, the reality of their control over our lives, you have to then find a way to reconcile the decision and everything that the decision means for you. So it's not about this is the bed you made, now lay in it. It's about the fact that as a people, we've made the decision to lay in bed with white folks, knowing that they are the masters of the house. Whatever bad reactions we have from that point, we got to be able to deal with it, because we damn sure ain't going to try no other way than the way white folks say to try it. These are all examples of maladaptive behavior. And why is it? Because from the perceived ailment to the perceived cure, who's running the show? If y'all want to front like you don't know, trust me when I tell you, I have a surefire way to end the mysterious supply of drugs and guns to the hood in the next 5 minutes. Purely hypothetical proposal here, black folks. Check it. If you want the mysterious supply of illegal drugs in our neighborhoods to end, all you have to do is take those drugs and start selling them solely to white folks. If you want to expedite matters, sell it solely to their children. I guarantee you that within the next 5 minutes, the mysterious supply of illegal drugs into our communities will shut down. Same thing goes for the guns. Try the aforementioned method. Stop killing each other and start solely killing white folk. I guarantee you that the mysterious supply of illegal guns into our communities will end within the next 5 minutes. Stop fronting. Y'all know who's running this. Now the guns and the drugs takes care of the instruments needed to carry out the crimes. We know the source of it. But what about the impetus to use these things to begin with? What do you have primarily when you're dealing with colonized African people, especially those of us in the diaspora? You have a people whose culture has been nearly completely destroyed, even though we walk around here like we want. And what is culture for people? We know that it's thinking and behavior patterns, but moreover, culture is a people's social immune system. Generally, people's cultures all over the world serve to protect them from harmful foreign elements. If our social immune system has been destroyed, you then have a people who are particularly susceptible to influence. And here's the other ingredient that takes care of the impetus to commit the crimes. Newsflash. America is a nation that glorifies criminality. Again, y'all confront and act like it's only today that it started, and that it's black folks on TV that are solely responsible. However, the fact of the matter is that there have been all kinds of programs and all forms of media in America glorifying criminality for not merely years or decades, but since the very beginning. Yeah, we can name a bunch of Italiano or mafioso movies going all the way back to black and white TV days. But the fact of the matter is that the nation itself was created and predicated upon criminality that was promoted, glorified, and justified by media, mainly print media, whether you're talking about historical books or scientific or political treatises, and so on. God of War. They'll make movies telling you that, yes, we are trafficking guns into your communities and countries. What? We got all types of testimony from former CIA agents telling us straight up that these government organizations are trafficking drugs and guns into our societies. Moreover, we're dealing with the people who are admittedly involved in the science of social engineering or behavior modification. If those sound like terms that are too technical for the matter at hand, consider that black people by and large are a walking contradiction in terms of our cultural existence here. We're walking, talking, breathing, living proof that social engineering or behavior modification does indeed work magnificently. I could stop there, but there's even something else piled on in that mess to consider. America also promotes materialism out the wazoo. And it's not enough to just promote it like crazy. They have to make it so that your existence is actually defined by it. You're not a real man if you don't have such and such things. And the things in question aren't the basic necessities. They're extravagances and excesses. Extravagances and excesses that no one reaches by working at McDonald's or even as a plumber or electrician. The way that the society promotes to reach those kinds of extravagances is not through hard and honest work. It's through shortcuts, lying, deceiving, swindling, white privilege, class privilege, stuff like that. Unequal opportunity is just the insult to injury on top of all of it that aids in that impetus we're discussing. And again, we can act like this is new and that it's only nowadays with rappers and bling bling in their music videos or rappers on MTV Cribs that promote the insane culture of materialism. But in fact, before MTV Cribs, there was Robin Leach and Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Yet we don't put two and two together when we hear rappers like Kool G Rap rapping about champagne wishes and caviar dreams and the illegal means easily available to them to achieve it. Those are the perceived ailments. Who runs it and who runs around in it? What's the perceived cure? The prison system. Who runs it and who runs around in it? The prison system is traded on the stock market. It's a business. Now I say perceived ailments and perceived cure because the real ailment is we don't have control over every aspect of our lives as a group of people. That's where black power comes in. Black power is about black people gaining control of areas of their lives that are currently under the control of foreign powers. That is a direct affront to white power because white power has always been about white folk having power over their own lives as well as the lives of non-white peoples. I say perceived cure because the real cure is us gaining the aforementioned power and control over our own lives. Bottom line, no black person should be against that. And if they are, then they're suspect. There are people out there of any persuasion, that one can think of that commit themselves to all kinds of actions that are deplorable. However, people don't usually ditch the persuasion because of them. They usually disassociate the actions of the person with the tenets of the concept or ideology, and therefore they can continue practicing said concept or ideology.